Welcome to Michigan in Focus. I'm Bruce Walker, Great Lakes Regional Editor for the Center Square. And with me is Tom Gantert, the Center Square's managing editor, who has a roster of talented writers who are delving into some Michigan topics of interest. This has been a big week for big spending and big proposed spending because the legislature just passed its new budget for 2024. And give us a little bit of historical background on this.
Okay, so this will be the first time that the Democrats control the budget in 40 years. So currently right now they control the House, the Senate, and have a Democratic governor. That's the first time that's happened since 1983. And what we're looking at right now is the proposed budget that Governor Whitmer is reviewing. We're looking at some of the specific increases. And one of the things that caught our eye was the Michigan Department of Education. This has not been a good year for students learning in the state of Michigan. So we know that Michigan participated in the National Assessment of Education Progress, NAEP results, which is referred to as the nation's report card. There was 4 categories, grade 4, grade 8, reading, and math. We know that Michigan's scores in all 4 of those categories dropped, which was something that was a trend nationally. And that was due to the pandemic and the learning loss over that. Michigan also, in grade 4 reading and grade 4 math, their results were below the national average. Not a good year for Michigan students. However, a very good year is coming up for the Department of Education in terms of funding. As the budget looks right now, they're expected to get a 54% increase in funding. Their funding is going to go from $420.6 million to $647.4 million, which is a 54% increase. Now, that's not K-12. That's not the money that goes out to the school districts. This is funding the people who work for the Michigan Department of Education and that department.
Oh, so there's not that much money appropriated for addressing learning loss with students then?
No, this is what goes into the department. Learning loss would be going into the money that goes to K through 12 education. That's in the billions, okay? So this is the department that oversees it. So like Michael Rice is the head of the Department of Education. That's his department that's seeing this increase.
And so what kind of percentage increase are we looking at here for that department?
54%. They're going from $420 million to $647.4 million.
And is there a rationalization for this? Any type of justification?
We're still waiting. We've got emails out to the Michigan Department of Education, and they referred it to the budget people, and the budget people haven't gotten back to us yet. So
let's touch on other topics then for increased spending, because it seems that everybody is getting departmental increase. And how does this trickle down to the students?
Well, first of all overall spending is going to go up. It was $54.8 billion, the total budget last year. It's projected to be $57.3 billion right now. So, and, education wasn't the only department to get a big increase. The state police, which is kind of interesting because if you remember, we've done a story on this. Governor Whitmer said that at one time she believed, or in 2020, she believed in the spirit of defunding police. And what she meant by that was that to take some of the resources that go to police and move it to things that are more related to health and human services, that kind of thing. And yet what we see is, funding for state police is going to go from $843.7 million to $893.4. So that's almost a $50 million increase. Again, we see state police getting more money, which, is neither, that's whether you think that's good or bad is, a matter of opinion. But she did say she believed in the spirit of defunding police, yet state police keep getting an increase in revenue.
Let's marry the two topics together, Tom. And what about monies for school resource officers or school safety officers?
That's kind of interesting because she had in January, she came up with millions of dollars to hire 195 more police resource officers in schools. And then we find out, and then we're still looking into it, in this year's budget, they've removed the funding for school resource officers. So I'm not sure how that's going to work if you want to keep police in your schools. My guess is you're going to have to find another, either going to have to take money from other funds if you want them, or figure out to pay your police. It doesn't look like the state's going to be doing it this year.
Listeners can keep up with this story and more at thecentersquare.com. I'm Bruce Walker, Great Lakes Regional Editor for the Center Square. Please subscribe, and thank you for listening.